Yeah, today let's talk about how you can watch your speech and action to overcome depression. The mindfulness technique of watching your self talk and the actions that spring from that self talk, and how, when you're not watching what you're telling yourself, you can easily slip into states of depression or feeling helpless. See, depression is a unique phenomenon. In existence, it's one of the rarest of rare phenomenon, because of all the species of plants, animals, there's only one that has the distinguished privilege of getting depressed. There is no other creature capable of depression except for human beings. This in itself should tell us a lot about depression, a lot about the way we have organized our lives, the way we have organized our society, our ideals of what living is, and the direction in which we are headed. Why is depression so unnatural? Because it is a learned behavior. It is not an emotion. It is not a momentary experience. It is not sadness. It is not loneliness. It is not frustration. All these emotions are a natural part of living. Although they can be transcended with a little bit of understanding of the nature of the mind and body, but they are a part of life. But depression is unique because unless you are doing something, unless your conditioning, your habits are involved, you cannot get depressed. To even know that you are depressed, you need to tell yourself that you're depressed. Because depression is not an emotion, you cannot just experience it. It is a combination of experiences. It's a combination of emotions that you put together in a loop so tight, so bound, that you keep on circling in that same loop till you reach a point where you conclude that there's no escape. I cannot escape this cycle of thinking. That is the starting point of depression. When you get into that loop and you see no way out. Now you have to get into this loop. Your mind has to contribute to it. Your thoughts have to contribute to it. Your self-talk has to contribute to it. And when you are unconscious, without your knowledge, it is easy to fall into this loop, and over a period of time, automatically you get into that state. And you don't even realize that you have created this for yourself, using your own intelligence, understanding, and the available emotions that are already there within you. That is why nobody is born depressed. And there are no depressed children. If you see a depressed child, it is simply a projection of your own depression. You might see certain signs of depression that you identify in you. Oh, here, this child is not moving around much. He's sitting quiet. He's not participating in things. Maybe he has depression. No, you have depression, not the child. You're projecting it onto the child. Children can never be depressed. They can get into mood swings. But one small shift in their consciousness, a new experience, a new place, they forget all about their depression. But your depression is different. You take it with you. You carry it with you. A change of place, a change of atmosphere, a change of relationships will do nothing to your depression, because it is a pattern that you have created for yourself. Mind can become addicted to anything. Mind has no distinction between good and bad, right and wrong, helpful or unhelpful. It doesn't care. Mind is a creature of habit, creature of conditioning. Once it gets addicted to something, it holds on to it. It could even be depression. Now, this is the challenging part. For someone who is depressed, it is hard for them to believe that they are holding on to depression. They are addicted to depression. They would never believe if you were to tell them, you can drop your depression, but you seem to like it. They would absolutely erupt. What do you mean I like my depression? I'm suffering every day, every moment. But if you observe closely, even in that suffering, there is a tingling sensation of enjoyment that they've gotten accustomed to, which they are enjoying. That is the cruel nature of the mind. Because it doesn't matter whether it's helping you or not. Once you get into a loop, that's what addiction is. A set pattern of doing something, and the mind completely forgets whether it's ruining you or helping you. It just holds on to it. It is a learned behavior. You've experienced so many so-called negative emotions, one after the other, and you've been holding on to those negative emotions longer. It's not that you've not had pleasant moments. It's not that you've not had enjoyable moments. But your mind is choosing to ignore those, because now it's addicted to pain. It's addicted to suffering. It is ignoring all those pleasant moments, and it's only holding on to the negative emotions. What is the natural way to move away? Because there are two parts to you, the human and the being. The human part is what has messed you up, because you've been living in a human society that is sick, filled with all kinds of diseases, all kinds of symptoms. Because that is the nature of the society we have created for ourselves. And till we accept that we are living in a sick society, we won't be able to figure out easier ways of getting out of states of helplessness and depression. We'll exalt the society and blame the individual. That is what we have done. That is what politicians have done. That is what religions have done. They exalt the world. They exalt everything man has created. And if you are unable to adjust to that, they blame you. You are depressed, you are sad, you are incapable, you're not smart enough, you don't have enough education, you are born divinity, you are born with everything you need. You are an expression of life, you are an expression of the divine. Who has the right to tell you that you don't have enough education, you don't have enough intelligence, you're not smart enough, you're not good looking enough, you're not able to fit in? All that is external nonsense an individual has to throw out to be able to connect with something deeper, to be able to just that much. You've been living in a society that has made it a habit of adding things to you without you asking for it, labeling things, categorizing you, passing judgments on you. And you've lived so much in this world, now you are nothing but a bundle of judgments. You're not you anymore. The you is somewhere lost, hidden in all the chaos. Unless you are willing to wash all that off, clean yourself completely from all the judgments, whatever that might be, all the qualifications that the world has given you, that people have given you, you won't be able to recognize the purity. And that is the natural process. Up until now, you've moved in a very unnatural direction. Every day, you have conditioned yourself to listen to people, not to nature. Your senses have become more attuned towards what people are saying about you and not what existence is telling about you. Existence is reminding you every moment that you're smart, you're intelligent, you are light, you are aliveness. You don't need all that. You are complete by yourself. Your purpose in life is to enjoy living. So the solution is always simple. Observe everything. Observe what's happening outside. Observe what's happening inside. Without any judgment, just watch. Watch your thoughts, watch your actions, because that is the starting point. No matter what's happening in the outside world, it has to pass through your consciousness. You can guard that gate. You can stand at the entrance of your senses and you can watch what you're letting in and what you're letting out.